Congratulations on making the decision to view this video training. You've made a smart choice that I truly believe will radically change your business, provided you implement what you learn here. I'm Kevin Stryker with TRU LIFT Digital Marketing, and if you've been feeling stuck in your business and having trouble getting your business to the next level, the concept I'm going to share with you will help get you unstuck. I know it has for me in my businesses and for thousands of other entrepreneurs who are fortunate enough to discover it. I want you to pay close attention to this because the first time I was introduced to this concept, to be honest, I completely missed it. I just didn't properly wrap my head around it, I guess, or maybe I just didn't think that I could do it. But you definitely can implement this immediately into your business, so be sure to pay attention. Don't make the mistake I did, because getting this concept changes everything in your business from this point forward, which, if you're like me, can very literally change your life. It is accomplished by creating a system that brings in new, qualified leads and ultimately customers into your business essentially for free, which, if you can imagine, allows for dramatic scaling of your business and naturally to much greater profits. Now, I fully appreciate that even though we just started this video training, that I've already made some pretty bold claims of what is possible. So rather than try to convince you that it is possible, in this video, I'm just going to show you how. It starts with the understanding of funnels. While you may already be familiar with marketing funnels or sales funnels, and possibly even already deploying them in your business, or not, there is a very good chance that if you're feeling stuck in your business right now, that either you are not familiar with them, or that you're not using them in the way that I'm going to be explaining them to you in this video. When I learned this concept, it radically changed my mindset on how to approach my businesses and how to truly grow. Just in case you're not familiar with funnels or the funnel concept, I'll give you my brief interpretation of how I view them. Every business has some form of funnel, which is really just a path that a potential customer or potential client takes with you to becoming your customer or client. Now, you might be selling products or services or both, so for the purpose of this video, let's just call both clients and or customers buyers. Let's take a simple non-business example to illustrate a funnel. Let's say you've got a lawnmower you need to sell. This would be your product. You print off a picture of it with some details below it, a price, and your phone number on a sheet of paper. This would be your ad. You place that piece of paper up on a bulletin board at your local grocery store. This is putting your ad in front of your target market, people in your local area. You start getting calls from your ad asking questions or expressing interest in your lawnmower. A few of those callers set up an appointment with you to come see your lawnmower. In doing so, they are taking their interest up one level by physically coming to see your product. Those that take that extra step would not just be considered prospects, but leads. With one or perhaps more than one lead, you negotiate a price. One of them walks away with your lawnmower, you walk away with cash. A sale has taken place. That, while simple, is a funnel. The path that someone takes from being a stranger to a buyer. And then in a real business situation, hopefully onwards to being a repeat buyer. Or to put it in another way, it is your sales process. The huge advantage with marketing funnels is that much, and in some cases all, of that marketing process can be automated. So with the broad concept of a funnel established, let's dig a little deeper into how this can help you radically change and grow your business. I don't want to make too many assumptions about your business or oversimplify it. The truth is, I don't know your specific business. But when you're feeling stuck and you can't get to the next level in your business like I used to, your struggle likely boils down to simply not getting enough customers at a profit. To help remedy that, let's break down your funnel into two parts. We'll call them the front end and the back end. Most business owners don't understand this separation and struggle forever in their business because of it. First, let's talk briefly about the back end of your funnel because it's the part of your funnel most business owners are already familiar working with. Your back end is where you offer your main products and services. For most business owners, all they have to their funnel is really their back end, and therefore their main products and services are the only revenue generators and are expected to cover all of the costs of the business. Those include the costs of not just their time, effort, or money used to create the products or carry out the services, but also the costs of acquiring buyers as well, like ad spend, sales teams perhaps, or marketing materials, etc. Only having a back end in your business is like driving your car but not realizing that you accidentally left the emergency brake partially on. You pull out of your driveway and realize something doesn't feel right, but you're not sure what it is. Your vehicle, like your business, is trying to pull forward, and while it does move, it moves slowly. The engine has to work a lot harder to get any forward momentum at all. If you continue like this, your engine starts to whine as it gets overworked, which is like the business and entrepreneur getting overworked, until a point where it fails and just stops. Having a front end is like realizing, oh, look at that, the emergency brake is on. No wonder. You take it off and immediately everything runs smoother and you're able to move much faster. By expecting your main product and or service to carry all of the costs of your business, you will continue to struggle. But by creating and inserting something in front of your main product and or service, or back end, in what is referred to as your front end, that helps offset the costs of acquiring new leads and customers, what you're effectively doing is fully releasing that emergency brake, which allows you to really scale your business and take it to a whole new level, to get unstuck from where you're currently at. Wouldn't you like to be able to scale your business and jump it up to a whole new level? Of course you would. That's why you're here, right? So let's spend some time then on the front end of your funnel. In the front end of your funnel, your goal is to break even on the cost you incur to convert a stranger to a lead. But what kind of self-respecting business owner wants to just break even? I hear you. But as I'll show you shortly, breaking even is actually tremendously exciting. You are going to make money with this process, likely a heck of a lot more than you have been making once you get this part of your funnel figured out and working well. Because if you break even on the front end, then every dollar you make on the back end is pure profit. By breaking even on the front end of your funnel, what you've effectively done is converted a stranger to a lead and even a buyer for free. Let me say that again. By breaking even on the front end of your funnel, what you've effectively done is converted a stranger to a lead and even a buyer for free. How many customers or buyers could you get if it didn't cost you anything to get them into your funnel? Let that sink in for a second. The potential for unlimited leads and buyers. If that idea doesn't get you like crazy excited, then I probably didn't explain it right, so just stick with me a bit here. I just wanted to jump in and make a quick clarification. When I use the term lead, what I am referring to is a qualified prospect, and I'll explain that in a little more detail in just a bit. What I have been saying probably raises more questions now than it answers. So let's sum up what we have so far so we can keep moving forward. A funnel is your sales process that takes a stranger to a buyer and beyond. A funnel can be broken down into two parts, front end and back end. Your back end is where your main products and or services are offered and sold. To get leads for free, you have to break even on the front end of your funnel. In other words, break even on at least the cost of converting a stranger to a lead. So with that established, let's answer two very important questions then. Specifically, what exactly is the front end of a funnel and how do you break even on that front end? To get those answers, we're going to have to dig into your funnel a little deeper, and I think the easiest way to explain this is with a hypothetical example for illustration. Let's say you are a high-end elegant hat store, kind of like the hats worn at the royal wedding of Prince William to Kate or something. Or maybe it's just high-end bowler hats, cowboy hats, or whatever. It really doesn't matter. You could have a brick-and-mortar store or an e-commerce store or both. That doesn't matter either. The process works for all businesses that have customers or buyers. I was trying to think of a potential example business for this video. I have no idea why the high-end elegant hats example popped into my head, but just play along like I know anything about high-end hats. Your product is probably different anyway. In a traditional funnel, the way to bring in leads into the front end of your funnel is by offering prospects an ethical bribe in exchange for their contact information, which gives you the opportunity to follow up with them. The fortune, as they say, is in the follow-up. So if you were selling high-end hats, maybe you'd start by trying to get the contact information of potential customers or prospects by putting together an ad offering a bribe of, let's say, a free picture book of the 10 most elegant hats worn in Europe this year. I have no idea, but let's pretend this is something that would be of interest to those that you feel are potential candidates for purchasing your main product, high-end hats. Let's also pretend, for the sake of this example, it's a digital book or PDF to keep your costs down a bit. If they respond to your ad and give you their contact information, you forward them their book electronically. By giving you their contact information, they've also given you permission to follow up with them and have qualified themselves to you as being interested in high-end elegant hats. Now, they could have volunteered their contact information in exchange for your digital picture book out of pure curiosity, but with an ethical bribe so closely tied to your main product, I think it's fair to say that they likely have some direct interest in high-end elegant hats. What has happened here so far is the stranger has shown enough interest to respond to your ad and then volunteer their contact information for your bribe, and in doing so, their status, from a funnel perspective at least, has changed from one of prospect to one of lead. A lead, from a funnel perspective, is stronger than a prospect because they have now formally registered their interest. I just want to drive that point home again, that your bribe has to be something that your end customer would have enough interest in to give you their contact information for it, while still being consistent enough with your main product, in this case, high-end hats. Offering a free Harley-Davidson t-shirt to the general public, to pull another weird product out of my noodle, might get a lot of takers perhaps, but those takers likely wouldn't be the ones that ultimately buy your product of high-end hats, so keep your bribe consistent with your main product or service offering. Once they enter their contact information, what if you immediately made them another offer? What if you offer a low-ticket item that they would find irresistible? They already have shown interest in high-end elegant hats by taking you up on your free digital picture book. What if you offered some kind of protectant spray that they could use to protect their hats when they're wearing it? This, I guess, assumes that they already have a high-end elegant hat, or at least are thinking of getting one. Maybe there is some well-known spray that would normally sell for something like $45 that you could offer to them for $7. Because they are presumably a hat aficionado, they know that's a smoking deal for protectant spray, so a percentage of your subscribers, or leads, buy it. Remember though, the end goal of the front end of your funnel is to break even. If you're sending out this protectant spray at a loss, you're going in the wrong direction. That's a good point. But what you should take note of here is that those that did take the offer, they have already made the move from a stranger to a lead, and now more importantly, straight up to a buyer, which, even if it is at a loss, is a big deal because psychologically, there's a transformation that occurs when someone buys from you, even if it is for a low-ticket item, that makes it much more likely that they will buy from you again, either now or in the future. The key is to make an offer that adds value to your prospect, which, like I said, in the example, they understand the high value of the product relative to the low cost, so it's pretty much a no-brainer for them. You might be thinking that in your business you only have one product or service. You don't have a low-ticket product that you can sell them. Create one. Is there something in your main product or service that you can take from it and offer upfront at a lower cost than the perceived value? My bet is that there is. You may just have to think about it for a bit. In the example of the protective spray, even if you don't sell that kind of spray, you may either contemplate doing so with a new product offering, or perhaps you just buy some of it from a third party and send them that. But we're not done. Let's try to immediately recover some of that cost. What if you then offered some form of upsell, downsell, or even a cross-sell? They've already expressed interest in a book about high-end elegant hats, maybe even taken you up on your protective hat spray offer. I don't know if they would find it desirable or not, but what if you offered them an opportunity to buy a decorative hat box so that they could have a spare? There is such a thing, right? I would guess if you're forking out money to buy elegant hats that you would probably want some sort of storage box to keep it in your closet or whatever. I don't know. But maybe they take it, maybe they don't. If you can show them value, a percentage likely will. If they don't, you could offer them a downsell or a cross-sell, or maybe a different kind of upsell, or maybe you just leave it there. You will know your customer and your market enough to make that determination. Let's throw some numbers behind this example to see what we're looking at. Let's assume that you make your bribe offer of a free digital picture book, or PDF perhaps in this case, of the 10 most elegant hats worn in Europe this year to enough people that you're able to get 100 of them to take you up on your offer and exchange their email address for it. You just acquired 100 new leads for your business. We'll assume that the advertising cost of those 100 leads was $300 or $3 per lead. As soon as your new lead enters their email address, you immediately make them a low-ticket offer for protective spray. You don't currently manufacture or bottle the spray, but you end up buying a sizable enough quantity of it that you're able to get the $45 retail spray for a wholesale price of $25. You sell it for the low price of $7 per bottle, which results in a loss of $18 per bottle. Let's assume out of the 100 leads that you offer your low-ticket product to, since it's such a smoking deal, 50% of them jump on it. I refer to that 50% that take your low-ticket offer as your take rate. This is how that looks. 50 people take the offer at $7 per sale for revenue of $350. Those bottles cost you $25 per bottle for a total cost of $1,250 for a loss of $900. So far, things don't look that awesome in your funnel. You're down $300 in advertising costs and $900 on a low-ticket offer for a total of $1,200 in the hole. Maybe this funnel stuff is garbage. Look at the bright side. You've got 100 leads and 50 of them are buyers so far. Yeah, I know. You can't take that to the bank. So let's see how your decorative hat box upsell performs. If your hat box sells for $80 per box but has a sweet 75% margin or costs you $20, your profit per box, we'll assume they can only buy one, results in a profit of $60. Let's say 10% or 10 of your original 100 leads take you up on your upsell product. 10 sales at $60 profit per sale equals $600 of profit. So far, you're not really making out like a bandit here. 100 leads with 50 of them converting to buyers on your low ticket offer, which resulted in a loss of $900 on top of your ad spend of $300, but now you've just recovered $600 of that to decrease your $1,200 loss to a $600 loss. Man, still in the red. Maybe you can make that up in the back end. I sure hope so, or this example's gonna suck. You've got some awesome high-end hats that sell for $1,000 a piece. You make them yourself, so your cost is about $300 for a profit of $700 per hat sold. Maybe going from free PDF to low ticket offer to upsell all the way up to your main product is a bit too far to travel right off the bat. You would know your market, so maybe it would fly, but perhaps since your hats are a higher ticket item, instead of offering them right away, you decide to go the route of just following up with your leads by email or phone if you collected that information and knew that it worked for your market. Remember, out of 100 leads, you've already created at least 50 buyers, depending on whether or not the same ones that took you up on your low ticket offer also took you up in your upsell or not, and those 50 plus buyers are predisposed to buying again. What if, during your follow-up, you were able to get just one of those leads or low ticket buyers to make a purchase of one of your hats on the back end? To sum up your funnel to this point, your front end lost you $600, but you made that up on your back end with one sale at a profit of $700. Your overall profit for your funnel in this example is $100, which boils down to $1 a lead. So you would survive, I guess. You might be thinking right now, you mean I tried this funnel stuff, create a front end with a low ticket product and an upsell product, follow up with the leads that I generated, and walk out of this with $100 out of 100 leads? Maybe your business already does way better than this. But you don't want to just survive, you want to thrive. Well, maybe you should quit then. Obviously, this funnel stuff doesn't work. Hell no. The problem is we didn't really accomplish our original goal of breaking even on the front end of your funnel, did we? We ended up down $600 on the front end. I didn't go through that example to waste your time. I did it to help illustrate the fact that if you miss your mark, that is okay, because all is not lost. We just need to tweak things a bit so that we can accomplish your goal here. Let's look at what we've created and see where we can improve things. How can we get the front end of your funnel to break even? There are a lot of variables to work with, so there's a lot of potential options. Let's throw a few of them against the wall and see if they stick. Let's keep the number of leads consistent at 100 so we've got the whole apples to apples thing going on. Maybe you could negotiate down your wholesale price of $25 for the low ticket item, protective spray, to $20. That reduces your loss per bottle down to $13 from $18, consequently reducing your loss from $900 to $650, and your overall loss so far down from $1,200 to $950. Okay, that doesn't get you to break even yet on your front end, but there's potential there to get a little bit closer. FYI, it does more than triple your funnel's overall profit from $100 to $350. But let's try something else. You've got a really solid take rate on your low ticket offer at 50%, so we'll leave that where it is. But what if you can improve your offer on your upsell product, decorative hat boxes, so that instead of a 10% take rate, you could get that number up to 20%, or 20 out of 100 people? That one change would double the profit from the same 100 leads up from $600 to $1,200. This would get you to break even, which is awesome. Before we celebrate too much, let's see where else we might be able to do this. What if, when you offer your hat box upsell, if they decide to pass on it, instead of offering one box for $80, you offer 3 for $180? It's kind of a downsell, I guess, because each individual item is now less. Instead of $80 per box, it's down to $60 per box. They're actually buying more, but to distinguish this offer from others, let's refer to it as a downsell for now. Maybe they don't need that many boxes, or maybe it's not enough of an incentive for them, or maybe it's just not the right offer. Bottom line is you have to try things out. You may surprise yourself. Since your cost per item is still the same, but you have sold more of them, if instead of taking the upsell on one hat box, the same 10% take the downsell of 3 hat boxes, your profit doubles from $600 to $1,200, and again, you've broken even on the front end of your funnel. There are millions of different options, but let's try one more. Maybe you can come up with another product to offer as an additional upsell item. Perhaps it's more expensive than your first upsell, $160 instead of $80, but if the cost on that item is say $40 for a profit of $120 per item, even if you only get a 5% take rate, those 5 people that purchase that upsell translates into an additional $600 of profit on the front end, which again brings you up to break even. I think you get the point, which is to reach your goal of breaking even on the front end of your funnel requires some creativity, trying different things and testing what works and what doesn't. The effort and time expended on getting your front end to break even is well worth it, because once you get to that point where you're comfortable that for a given number of prospects you can consistently hit that break-even level, then you are in the enviable position of being able to pour gasoline on the fire and really blow up your business with massive growth. Depending on the size of the market that you're going after, there is the potential for unlimited leads being brought into your funnel for free, and not just break even, it's break even on the front end, but at a profit because every dollar you bring in the back end of your funnel, after covering the cost to produce the item, is 100% pure profit. Just to drive that point home again, think of it this way. If every time you gave me $1, I consistently gave you back $1.20, how much would you give me? You would give me every dollar you could get your hands on. You give me $10, I give you 12 back. You give me 100, I give you back 120. You give me 10,000, I give you 12,000. Give me $1 million, and I give you 1.2 million back, and so on. But of course, you aren't limited to a 20% return in your investment. Maybe you get to a point where you put in $1 and get $1.50 back, or $2 back, or $10. Do you see the massive potential here? In any of the scenarios I laid out where you break even on the front end of your funnel, you get to keep 100% of the profit of every high-end hat sold in the back end. Even with a 1% take rate on your back end, you can go from your original funnel profit of $100 or $1 per lead to the full profit for the item of $700 or $7 per lead. That alone is 7x profit growth on your main product. What if you expanded your main product line in your back end to 2 items or 3, all of which at 100% pure profit? Or imagine if you just increased your take rate from 1% to 2%, the equivalent of adding one more buyer of your main product out of 100 potential buyers by making a small change in the positioning of your offer for that one item. You would go from $1 per lead in the initial example to $7 per lead in the first break-even scenario to $14 per lead by tweaking your take rate in the blink of an eye because the cost to acquire your customers has already been covered in the front end of your funnel. Now you're talking a 14x growth in profit. You could even profit on the front end as well. If you were able to implement 2 of the scenarios I mentioned, you would more than break even on the front end, so your overall funnel profit would be even greater. The sky is the limit for possibilities and potential with this structure. I put together this video for you because I truly want to help entrepreneurs and business owners improve their businesses. The reason is simple. By possibly playing a small part in getting you unstuck in your business, you will be in a better position to feel fulfilled in your business, which I feel every entrepreneur needs. But even bigger than that, it will allow you to help those that you care most about and also add tremendous value to your customers and clients by extending the reach of your products and services. Everyone would benefit. The ripple effect is awesome. It is my sincere hope that I effectively communicated the power of this concept to you and that you fully grasp what you can accomplish with this. This is how businesses that do incredibly well and grow at amazing rates do it. I ran through some numbers and scenarios rather quickly, so feel free to go back and watch the video again if I went too fast, but try not to get too wrapped up with the numbers and examples. The important takeaway of the video is that you need to build a front end to your funnel that you can get to break even so that it can offset the cost of acquiring leads and buyers. Because once you can do that, you just have to rinse and repeat for massive growth in your business. To build that front end, take your main product or service and break out something from it that you can use to get prospects interested and convert them into leads and then buyers, either through low-ticket offers and or upsells, downsells, or cross-sells that add value to them, but are also congruent with your main product or service offering, and then follow up with them. If you feel like you don't get it or are feeling frustrated, don't just push this concept off to the side. There's a tremendous opportunity before you. Take advantage of it. Implement what you have learned here, and you will not just get unstuck, you will absolutely take your business to a completely new level. And in doing so, you'll better be able to achieve your goals, help your clients and customers, and help those around you. After not really getting it the first time I was introduced to the concept, I was finally able to drill down on my understanding of not just the concept, but the successful implementation of it after hearing about and studying under Russell Brunson. Russell wrote a book that lays everything out simply, yet with more detail, including how to send buyers up, what he refers to as a value ladder, to get your buyers buying more from you by adding value to them and solving their problems, how to find your dream customers and how to speak to them. He breaks down a funnel into 7 phases and then shows you various funnel types, including the scripts that you can use inside them. There's 2-step funnels, self-liquidating offer funnels, continuity funnels, sales webinar funnels, product launch funnels, and more. If you really want to take your business to the next level, take what you have learned here and get busy putting it into practice. To help you get there faster, if you are interested in picking up a free copy of Russell's book entitled .com Secrets, the Underground Playbook for Growing Your Company Online while it is still available, simply click on the link below this video or wherever you see it to be taken to a page that explains more of what it is about. The book is free, you just have to cover the shipping to your house. I hope you enjoyed this video training and that it really helps you in your business. It's truly amazing what you can accomplish with some knowledge, but knowledge is nothing without implementation. I'm Kevin Stryker with TRU LIFT Digital Marketing, and I look forward to hearing about your success.